How do you bring the human element in any project? I think it's always very important as a consultant to bring that human element in. On every project, you work with different people, multiple stakeholders, and often as a consultant, you need to bring all of them together, right? So, from my perspective, a consultant, it's almost like a chameleon. You always change yourself. You adapt to the customer environment. What worked with one customer does not necessarily work with the other customer. So there is always the adaptability. How does a customer think? What's the corporate culture there, and how can you adapt to that? And then, secondly, it's always the interpersonal skills. On one side, you need to have that relationship with the customer, and that's not just one person. Often there's multiple people. So, how do you relate to them? What do they as individuals need as outcome of the projects? How can you make these people successfully? And what often is not to be underestimated, there's also relationships between the people on the customer side. It might very well be that there's people on the customer side have very different interests, can't get through the door with each other. I've seen that multiple times on projects, and in order to be successful, somehow all of them need to work together. So as a consultant, you're often this diplomat, this intermediary, and trying to bridge those divides. Like, how can you get everybody on the customer side somehow on the same page, somehow more or less bought into the project to then be able to deliver the outcomes that are expected. So I think that's very important as a consultant as well. And that's why I say a consultant is very often a chameleon. And that is a very important thing to keep in mind. Adapt yourself and make sure that with all the stakeholders involved, you get them in the right direction to achieve the results that are intended.